Okay, honestly, I'm just experimenting with a new setup here. I don't know if the mic is forward or backward on this thing, so I'm just gonna like hold it like this. Like, I don't know if it's here or here, essentially. So, yeah, whatever, okay. Well, right now, my little gorilla pod is literally pinned to my curtain, so I hope the whole thing doesn't just come crashing down. Uh, and it sort of feels like that, right? We're in the like thick of eclipse season as I record this. I'm just checking the setup once again, and yeah, like this is a beautiful sunset that I'm viewing as I speak to you, and sincerely, like I think the message that's coming through is to simply stop giving a fuck. Like, genuinely. Just genuinely stop giving a fuck. Whatever it is. Like, like this. Whoa. Yeah, like. Okay, if it falls, it falls, I guess. But I really hope it doesn't. That kind of vibe. And I feel like that's the theme of what you're going through right now. Like, if it falls and breaks and crumbles to the ground and there's this huge, like, tower moment, so be it. Um, yeah, essentially. But it doesn't look like it's falling. You know what I mean? It seems like it is. It seems like it's crumbling away. It seems like it's not in alignment and it's gonna fall away, but actually it is kind of in alignment. Like, it is in alignment, and that's why it isn't falling away, in a sense. I do want to just like clip it for a second. It's sort of moving because the fan is on. So yeah, it feels like this. Like, yeah, it's like, by the way, sorry, I think I touched the mic. Like, I don't, sorry doesn't exist in my dictionary, but for that one, like, I truly apologize because I know how harsh that can be for anyone listening with earphones or headphones. Yeah, anyway, it is in alignment. That's why it's not falling away. And it's like sometimes you gotta make some minor corrections like this. Like, I just tighten the grip on the tripod. Yeah, essentially. The sunset is so beautiful. Thank you, sun. It's a little hawk that came by again. Hi. He's sitting there on my neighbor's terrace. This is like the perfect view. And it's sort of what I manifested, but not exactly. Like, I manifested a glass house, but I mean, the window is large enough to almost be a wall in this room. And I seriously have no idea how I ended up here. I genuinely have no idea. Okay, like, you can see the reflection of the sun setting there on like the little wardrobe behind me as well. Like, those are, I mean, look at that design. It's so cool. All of this came pre-installed in this room. Like, literally, this house didn't even exist until like 2 years ago, essentially. Not even like less than 2 years ago, and I sort of moved here like not even a year ago, but like almost a year ago. So yeah, kind of crazy if I think about it that way. And just how everything sort of played out. Yeah, so essentially life is kind of crazy, man. Like, expect the unexpected, I guess. And it's like, I think Zendaya says this. I don't know if she says this in a movie or it's just something she said on an interview, but she said have no expectations, essentially, and so you won't be disappointed. Rather, I think it's more about like having expectations, but also having room for those expectations to be better, because what tends to happen is the universe always surprises you with better, because the universe is a real fucking G, man. Like, through it all, the universe got you because it's like you got you. You are the universe. I mean, it's like universe, like YOU universe. Yeah, you are the universe. You are everything. It ties into that. It's like a hermetic principle, the principle of oneness, or just the idea of oneness, which is true across the board of religion and spirituality. Like, religion talks about God being separate from you or God being outside of you, but essentially, if you read into religious texts, they're also talking about how you are essentially God because the essence of God is in you because you are everything and thus you are God. You are God. You are God and you are the devil. That's the one thing that religion doesn't really specifically talk about outright. You gotta like read into it. And thus, as an institution, no matter which religion, there is that polarity of God and the devil always, good and bad, and good and evil. And don't get me wrong, polarities exist. It's not like I'm saying polarities don't exist, but polarities exist within the one. There is only one. That one is both existence and non existence. That one is both creation and the void and destruction. That one is both God and the devil. That one is both good and evil. All of it exists within the one. Dualities, polarities exist within the one. And polarities can be a whole ass spectrum. Doesn't have to just be good and evil, right? Yeah, essentially. I could talk about this shit forever, guys. Like, it's as simple and as complicated as everything is one. We are all one, right? Essentially. And that ties into the idea, I didn't even know it was called this. Apparently, it's called animism, which is the idea that everything is conscious. Like, I am conscious, this tripod is conscious, the sun is conscious, the sunset is conscious, this chair I'm sitting on is conscious, my plushie is definitely conscious. Can you see my plushie? Or is that just my bag? Oh yeah, this is my bag and shit. Like, yeah, no, my plushie is like, she's a little further away. I named her Luna, she's like a little plushy dog. Yeah, she's definitely conscious, okay? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm just gonna try to stabilize this. Yeah, like this is also conscious and this is like screaming out to me like please stabilize me. Like yeah, so essentially yeah, that's the vibe, like everything is conscious because everything is I was gonna say everything is one, but just everything is. I literally have a post-it like here, this is my table on to my right that says I am, which is Satnam, a principle at the root of Kundalini Yoga. I practice Kundalini Yoga, like duh. Yeah, and essentially Kundalini Yoga taught me specifically Satnam, which is I am. My deepest, honest truth is that I am. I am everything and I am nothing at the same time. And, earlier when I woke up this morning, I was stewing in the void. Like, I literally, like, I closed my eyes, I could see, like, these little fox eyes or, like, cat eyes in a sense. And I was kind of afraid, so I said, okay, I'm kind of afraid, but I'm open to seeing. And, though I'm afraid, I acknowledge the fear, but I'm still open to seeing. And so I saw, and I was just stewing in the void for a bit, yeah? And being in the void is a crazy feeling. It's a crazy liminal feeling, and it's also not liminal at the same time. It's almost incomprehensible, and it cannot really be conceptualized because what is the void? How do you conceptualize nothingness? Even if I said the void was dark, it was pitch fucking black, okay? But even pitch black is a color, even pitch black is existence. How can I conceptualize non existence? Yeah, essentially, and you know, when I was in there, I just heard I am, and I heard I am because I was able to, on some level, be able to process I am not, and hence I am, and hence I am not, and hence I am, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of the vibe, man. I'm at 10% battery, by the way. This may die at any point, in which case, you know, it might just like disappear. But yeah, like spitting facts here, like, you know, whatever you may be seeking on your journey is already within you, as within, so without, as without, so within, you know, like, yeah, those things are like as cheesy as they sound in spirituality, like, it is. You are. I know, right? I know. I don't make the rules. You do. I am you. Just another version of you, man. Just a manifestation of you that you call to yourself. And honestly, like, it's just fucking crazy. Like, crazy doesn't even cut it, you know, doesn't even come close. And like crazy, obviously, in a good way, quote unquote. Yeah, I mean, as I look outside, like the sun is set, like the colors are kind of there, but not there today. I think it probably will change colors soon. But I do see the birds, yeah, and the trees. Like, I was gonna say trees, but I saw the birds, and then immediately my mouth said birds instead of trees. Yeah, but the birds and the trees, like, they're all like, you know, they're alive, man. Like the trees literally, like, they're swaying a little bit with the breeze. It's like, you know, they're doing a little playful dance, and that's what this shit is about. You know, it's all like a little cosmic dance we're doing, and you know, our lives and our physical existences in whichever forms we may have are just little blips of existence within the one. You know, not to say individuality doesn't exist or your individual power doesn't exist, but it's how you tap into everything that you actually are able to tap into your individual essence, which I think is often missed as a point when it comes to tapping into your individual power. Your individual power is the collective power, because your individual power is the collective consciousness. If you get what I mean, it's essentially like saying your existence is everything. Like, your existence is in everything, your essence is in everything. And how you come into your unlimited, infinite power is by tapping into the essence of everything, essentially. I don't even know why I make these videos, to be very fucking honest, man. Like, sometimes I just turn on the camera and I record at this point. Yeah, for real. For real. I have no reason to be doing this. I mean, somewhere on some level, I actually enjoy doing this, of course. And I think that's also about me admitting that. Because I've also been so fucking afraid of doing this for so long, right? Yeah, like, man, I fucking wanted to post these videos on YouTube, like, when I was a fucking teenager. I'm not a teenager anymore, though I may look it. Yeah, yeah, I know. I look very young because I am very young in like this body, at least. This body is very young. Like, this body is 23, technically 23 Earth years or something. Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty evident that I'm an ancient soul or an old soul, and how this happened essentially was just by me tapping into me, you know, my entire existence, like across everything, across space and time and across existence, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, no, some people think like it was the conditioning, or, the people around me, or the plant medicine. And yes, all of these things, of course, they had their own roles to play, or maybe divination or spirituality or meditation and yoga and this and that. Yes, of course, like, all of these things have their roles to play, but importantly than more than anything, it's about just tapping into your essence, is what I think. Your essence, your infinite essence. Yeah, this is, I don't know, this is like a combination of like a channeled message and like a little um, sharing of a personal experience, I guess, like an individual experience and whatever. Because even as I say that, I realize, this individual experience is an experience that is shared across, and like, it is felt, like this energy is felt more than anything, which is what the whole point is. So yeah, not very describable in words, almost. Yeah, I say this every fucking time, and every fucking time somehow I manage to put it in very apt words. I think just because of the way that I'm able to feel into it. So yeah, in essence, it's also about just feeling and just being, right? Yeah, yeah, that's the main point. Like the plant medicines are potent, they're powerful, of course. The meditations are potent and powerful, of course. The yoga is potent and powerful, of course. But more than anything, it's about you. You are potent and powerful. Like you orchestrated it. You orchestrated a period of being illusioned and then becoming disillusioned, and that's why your experiences play out in the way that they do. That's why you're seeing me right now, whoever you may be, wherever you may be. And I think we're a few minutes in, like we're 16 minutes in. Yeah, so if you're still watching, yeah, this was something, like I'm just a reflection of you. I'm just mirroring back to you what you already know is the truth. Like, for real, for real. Yeah. Yeah, essentially, I get a good sense that if you're still watching, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I just saw the tarot cards on the table, so we're just gonna go pull some cards. Okay, actually, one of the cards, I picked up the deck, and one of the cards got left behind on the table. Yeah, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's like you're, whoever you are watching me right now, it's like disillusioning yourself. You're disillusioning yourself. So the point is, like, I know it's frustrating as you disillusion yourself to think about why the fuck you would illusion yourself, but think about it. There would be no fun in disillusioning yourself, or no point in disillusioning yourself, if you weren't illusioned in the first place. Like the whole point is that you are so powerful that you illusioned yourself so that you could disillusion yourself, essentially. I know, very deep reflections, right? Yeah. Death card in reverse. Hmm. So this could be a physical death, or I think it's more of a mental death, though. Yeah, and it's like a mental death and magic, Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Um, how do I put this in words? It's like the death card in reverse, right? So you thought maybe the way that you were thinking or that your perspective was limited, but I feel like as you disillusion yourself, you're able to see that there are infinite perspectives, and your perspective can be infinite even if it is one, or it can be one and be infinite. It's like saying the same thing in different ways. Yeah, essentially, I feel like you've been having this constant, like, um mind talk, in a sense. Like, I feel like a lot of your introspection or reflection has been a sort of like conversation in your head, or maybe with another version of you. There may be one other, like, physical manifestation of you that you've been having such conversations with, but essentially it seems like a conversation. Like, I'm hearing a conversation, intuitively, is what I'm trying to say. And it's exactly that. Like, I know you get this. Like, if you're watching me, you get this. It's like illusion, disillusion, illusion, disillusion, illusion, disillusion, and literally two eagles making the infinity sign as I say that. Illusion, disillusion. You are infinite. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you don't have to play it small anymore. That's something you're beginning to realize. Even on a more energetic and thoughts level, on mind level, communication level, you're not playing it small anymore. That's what's coming through. And you don't have to play it small. That's the whole point. You have been playing it small for a reason so that you realize that you don't have to play it small. Like, you are so powerful that you actually convince yourself that you are powerless. Do you get it? Like, you are so powerful that you convinced yourself that you are powerless in certain situations, or you're limited in certain situations, or whatever the fuck, like circumstances or whatever it may be. Like, whether that's a physical 3D sense, or more metaphysical, or more etheric, or more astral, or any of the realms beyond that, Essentially. Essentially. It's like a deep knowing. Yeah, you just know. Interesting, interesting. I love this. I love this little conversation we're having. Okay. Yeah, and also with this, like, I think I get why I said deep knowing. It's also like clear cognizance. Yeah. Yeah. It's like clear cognizance. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Essentially. And you may be remembering past lives right now. You may be astral traveling a lot right now. You may be in some deep meditative practices. You may be experimenting with plant medicine. And just know that it's all you. That is one truth that is unshakable, that is undeniable. I think there are like 12 hermetic principles or whatever, but the one confirmation, I don't know if the mic picked it up, but yeah, the one principle that is the one principle is the principle of oneness. That is something that cannot be denied. That is something that no matter who you are or what you're doing, you will agree with, even if not on a conscious level. It's more of a feeling. We all know we're the same, essentially. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Anyway, lovely to have this little conversation with you. If you want to check out any of my freebies or book a session with me, you can check it out in the description below. I genuinely like YouTube better than Instagram, and I've been a little like, this is something on a more personal level I think I want to talk about. Like, I'm getting a little sick of the Instagram game because it's just like short form content where I can't really do this, like I can't really express myself this way. I mean, I can, but like I prefer this. So yeah, I mean, send me a DM on Instagram if you want to connect with me, or send me a message. If you want a personal reading in your DMs, I can do that as well. Yeah, but that's what's up. Yeah, I also have my podcast on here, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Music, the whole shebang, and also gonna be putting out my music finally. So yeah, that's what's up with me, I guess. Yeah, essentially, sunsets turning colors, like it's changing colors. It's like a little oasis, very pretty, like a little orange oasis, and then it blends into so many different colors. Like, it's like a little painting every single day. It's like nature's LED screen. Yeah, I prefer watching the sky over watching anything else, to be very fucking honest. Like, watching the sky, or watching a river or a pond or a lake, or watching the ocean. Like, there's so much magic in it, like every second is different. It's like a movie in its own, Yeah, pretty fucking cool. Confirmation honks. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Subscribe, like, comment if you want to. You know the shebang, yeah. Even if you don't subscribe, you're gonna keep seeing these videos. Yeah, but yeah, if you do, there's no way you're gonna miss them. Huh? There's no way you're gonna miss them, whether you subscribe or you don't subscribe, essentially. But yeah, like this video, leave me a comment if you feel like it, and see you in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Time is an illusion. Everything is one. See ya.